Hi folks, Doc Holocaust here, aka Patrick Batemare, depending on where you know me from, aka Justin, of course. Want to just do a little video showing my knife collection and the deployment of some of these knives just for fun. I'm going to start off with the knives that require two hands to open or are difficult to open one-handed, and then move this way into the ones that are very easy to safely deploy one-handed. Starting off up here in this corner with the Spyderco Bug. It is within 2 inches closed, because this is 1-inch squares on the little cutting board. And as you can see, it does not open one-handed easily or at all. You gotta get 2 fingers in there and open it up. Very itty-bitty keychain knife. Spyderco Grasshopper is next. Once again, 2 fingers, slip joint. There's no locking mechanism there other than really stiff back spring inside of there, which you're probably not going to be able to see very well, but you can even hear that click. These are difficult to open. Next one, Spyderco Grasshopper, same mechanism as those 2 smaller ones, but slightly larger, more grip. And the Spyderco Kiwi, which is the largest of that set. Goodness, that is a tight spring. There's no way to adjust it or loosen it. You just gotta live with the fact that this thing is difficult to open, which also means it's not going to close on your fingers, as if that finger twirl there didn't stop it, because you see you hold like this, it can't close on you. So that's those. Next one from my smaller knives is the Best Made Higo no Kami knife. It's a Japanese style utility knife. That little flipper type protrusion there. Not really a flipper like we'll see on the Kershaw Cryo in a minute, but see, it has a little protrusion. You put your thumb there. Unfolds easily. It's not the prettiest knife. No real locking mechanism, just a very simple pivot. But it's interesting. Next we get into our balisongs. Here we have the Spyderco Small Fly, which opens up as a balisong does. Well, the pivots on this one are a little tight, but that's my fault. Of course, the Benchmade 51 Morpho, same basic mechanism as any balisong, with a nice addition of a latch that will lock in the closed or open position. Another balisong here, my personal favorite balisong, is the Bradley Mayhem. Once again, standard balisong workings. Also spring latch. And then we get to this one, which is really interesting because it is the Cricket Hole-in-One. It doesn't open out the from either edge as normal knives. It actually flips out the side. And if you can see, let's see if we can get this to line up right. If you watch it pivot, you will see how there's a little square indentation in there. That actually lines up with a peg on the blade and locks it in place. So lock it closed. And all this mechanism does is simply push it out, because this is made of springy material. It's quite interesting. The Chris Reeves Benza is probably the standard folding knife in my collection, aside from the Best Made Higo no Kami. It's got a little thumb stud here or here, but I'll use this one. You push outwards and it snaps in place. Now you can grab by those little thumb studs like that and drop the handle down. Works quite nicely. And the newest addition to the collection that I find interesting, the Kershaw Cryo. It has this little nub in there where you push in. And there's that little nub in there on the pivot. That's called a flipper. It's quite nice. And also has thumb studs, which are a little tricky to use, but it still works. Anyway, that's my collection at this time. It's quite nice. I'm happy with it. I enjoy them all, and they all come in handy. Thanks for watching. You have a great day.